I just don't know what to do. Just do it. I don't know, like, I always said I'd never do that. Think of the money. The money's not important. Come on, think of the views. The views aren't important. I don't think it'll get lots of views. Come on, just do it. You know you want to. I don't know, like there's some good things about it, but I said I would never do that. Come on. All right, we'll do it just once. We'll try it just once. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I'm showing you something that I said I never would, but I'm going to try it at least once. An electric skateboard with a spoiler. Alrighty, welcome back to another video. Today we're looking at the UIOFO. I don't know, sounds like a jumbled up bag of vowels. I'm not going to keep trying to say that, so I'm just going to reference its model, which is the LW22. There's some things that I really like about this board, and there's some things I really dislike about the board. Let's keep this one short and sweet, and I'm going to show you all the things I like and dislike, and then you can make your own decision whether or not this is a board you might be interested in. Okay, so first things first, that rear spoiler. Now, the only reason I am reviewing it or have it screwed on is because it's actually functional. When I rode this board without it, it was really not nice to ride or carve. It just didn't feel complete. As soon as I gave in and screwed it on, the whole board changed and it became a lot more enjoyable to ride. It acts like a bump stop or a foot stop, whatever you want to call it, but it does make a big difference functionally to how the board handles and feels. Now, the next thing on my list that I do not like, and I promise you it's not all negative, is the grip tape. This grip tape, it just looks like something straight out of 2017 Amazon. It's padded, which is awesome, but just a plain, clear, ordinary black with maybe their logo in the middle would have sufficed. All right, moving on to a positive, something that I do really like about this board, and it's the wheels, the tires, whatever you want to call them. These are 105 rubbers with an ABEC core. They have quite a narrow contact patch. As far as bad surfaces or even damp surfaces, these 105s are going to be quite sticky. Another thing I really do like about this board is the direct drives. I'm not a massive fan of direct drives, never have been, never will be. These ones, out of the box, seem to work quite nicely. Whisper quiet as you'd expect. Because of the 105 wheels, they have nice ground clearance. I haven't hit them yet, and I've been over a couple little curbs and down a few little drops, but they still have got not one mark. All right, the next point is a positive and a negative almost, really, and I'll tell you why, and that's the battery enclosure. This is fast swappable, very fast swappable. And I'm gonna stop and show you really quickly, and I'm gonna explain my positive and my negative. Okay, so here's the board. First of all, the enclosures look really nice. Here's your Hobbywing ESC back here, really nicely encased. Nice cable management, just really tidy. Up here we've got the gray. Again, I'm not sure why it's gray and not black, but I can look past that. Here's the quick release. That's it. That is so quick and convenient. It's really, really cool. The battery comes in two different configurations, 222 watt hours and 268 watt hours, I believe. Here's my negative, or here's my thing I don't like about it. I think it's too fast swap or too quick swap. I think there needs to be an additional safety somewhere. It needs to be push two things or pull something out and push that. I think just having that is too easy to either wear out or have something flick up and hit it while you're riding. But the whole quick swap is very, very cool. And these are about 1.5 kilos, so you could easily carry a spare one of these in your backpack. Just while we're here in the shade, I'm going to show you another positive about the board, and that's its lighting system. It has a tail light, which is brake reactive, and it also has a built-in headlight. So you can see there when I brake, those flash. If I turn on the headlights, it's now on solid. Brake, and it still flashes. There is your headlight here, really, really nice. Double tap, and there are your built-in headlights. And again, these are reasonably bright. They're not as bright as say an SL300, but they're built in and you don't have to take them off to charge. It's built into the board, powered off the board, controlled by the remote. All right, let's keep flowing with the positives because it feels so damn good. The next one I'll talk about is the deck shape, the length, just everything about it. I really, really rate this to the point where I would actually buy these and do some transplants. You know, put different guts on. It has a really nice concave over the wheels, which helps with that wheel bite. It's got a really nice length. And yeah, once you install that silly spoiler, it really feels like a board you could have fun. Now, I want to move on to something that I'm not a big fan of, and it is the ESC. Now, they're using a hobby wing, which is great. Love hobby wing. They're not using the new hobby wing, so it's not the 9028. So they are missing out on some of those very basic features, which we now expect, like remote on off. And it's a little bit low on power, I've got to be honest. We were just coming up that very, very gentle hill here, as you can see behind me. This is, I'm gonna say, 10% maybe, and it was struggling. This is a carver, a cruiser, a last mile solution, but I would love to see a couple of extra amps in there just to help with those hill climbs. All right, the next one that I want to talk about, and it is a positive, but this is a personal positive. I know some people will strongly disagree with me, and that is the remote control. The remote they're using is what I call the stereo slider. So push forward to go, pull back to stop. Ever since I tried this on the Revel kit, the Revel board, whatever you want to call it, I really, really enjoyed it. It's just ergonomically pleasing. Your brain doesn't have to think about what you're doing. It's just forward to go, back to stop. Really smooth. And the spring tension, I have yet to try. So I've had 3 boards now with this remote. I've never had a bad one. I've never had one that doesn't feel right. It's really simple. You won't be able to see it today. Really simple to read screen and just basic functions. So I just realized I wasn't recording audio when I was doing that final bit. So let's do the wrap up now really quickly back at the car. So the UIOFO LW22, whatever the name is. It's a goodish board. It needs some very minor tweaks to make it that much better, if that makes sense. Love the deck, love the wheels, love the built-in lights. Pains me to say it, I like the spoiler because of how it acts as a foot bump or a foot stop. It really adds so much confidence to when you're riding. I like the direct drive motors. I'm not sure on the power of them, but they are whisper quiet and they are silky smooth. Very, very nice when you're on smooth surfaces like we were today. Some areas I do need to point out, and we've touched on in the video, is the power. So the ESC, it is rocking hobby wing, which is great, but it's not using the 9028, so it doesn't have the remote on off. And I think that 9028 would also give it a few extra amps of power. It does struggle on intermediate hills. So anything over about 10%, it's gonna struggle with me on. I'm 100 kilos. If you're a lighter rider, you'll probably get up. And the last I guess, thing to be aware of is the battery. So they come in 2 battery types, 222 watt hour or 266 watt hour. I think if you're gonna be doing smaller batteries, this is on the small side by today's standards, it would be good to have a quality high discharge cell, something like the 40Ts or the Molicel P42As, something like that. Not knowing what these are, I feel like, and I was already experiencing a little bit of sag there towards the end, but that is after about 15 kilometers riding, so I guess with my weight, it should be getting down to that sort of 30% or less. But overall, it is actually an enjoyable board to cruise on. This is not a racer, it's not a range board, it's a last mile solution, campus cruiser, going to the shops on, and that's how I will use it, and that's how I have been using it, and that's how I've been enjoying it. So just take all of that into consideration. If you are looking at getting one, the link and any applicable discount codes will be down below. If you choose to use those, I appreciate you. That does support the channel, so thank you very much. And that's it. First board with a spoiler, tick, and didn't completely hate it. So thank you so much for watching. As always, don't forget to skate safe, wear a helmet, and we'll see you on the next video.